Hello. So this is my project. It's just a note visualizer, MIDI note visualizer, I should say. I have this big keyboard in front of me, and when I press down keys on it, it makes noises. You can't see it. I'll probably add a picture later. Right now I'm playing seventh chords on it. Then when I run the program, go back here, play like an F7th, I think. Right there. So what's an F major 7? So on here we got the circle of fifths. Every key I press lights up. I kind of left the way the notes, when they're new, they stay on white. When you press them, they change to black. I feel like I should probably change that, but I also think it works for like 12-tone music where you want to use every note. Then we also have on there, we have note distance, so I can press highest key and lowest key. You can see it also puts the staff on there, all the notes on the staff. We got middle C here. We go on up. To the bottom. Back to the top. And it just shows the pitch as well. And then I like this feature. You press any more than 2 keys, it can do up to 4, and it shows the scale degree. So we got C major here. So we can do first degree, or I guess second. First would just be the root. 1, 2, second degree, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, then you go back to the octave. So from that you can do a major is like a major third plus like a minor second, I think. No, minor third. So there you got your major chord. At the bottom, if it's more than 3 chords, it'll try to detect what type of chord it is. So I can do a minor chord. Then I can also do diminished. I think add might be in there. Yep, add. Then sus2, sus4. Then you can do your 7th chords. Did I do a 9? It doesn't detect more than 4, I think. But yeah, it shows if you do more than 3, it also shows the degree on that last one. See that 3 coming in at the end? Yeah. So yeah, that's that. We also have this drone selector. Not sure if this is going to come through or not, but maybe you can hear it through my speakers. Got a big old hum there. Yeah, I'm sure you can probably hear that. You can just kind of play along to it if you want. It's kind of useful for some types of music. Oops, I haven't fixed this options button. It's actually supposed to say flashcards. You click it and it goes to the flashcard feature. Which this, I'm trying to teach myself how to read music a little bit better. So on here is our first note. Usually kind of just go off middle C. Then from middle C, that's going to be 2 down from middle C, I think, which would be A. And it's sharp, so maybe A sharp. Yep. And then I got 100 for that. 100 points. Now this one, looking at the bottom, I kind of just start from the bottom. That's A, A in the middle, not on the line. So A, C, that one's E. We press, not that key, that one. There we go. And that one, I think that's B. Yep. And then that one, I believe, is another B. And that one is going to be an A. That one's going to be an even lower A. That one's going to be a C. And that one's going to be an A sharp up here somewhere. Nope. Is that one of those? Maybe it's one of those. G. F. A. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah. Not the best at reading, but I'm getting there. Then for the background, you might have noticed it's kind of some weird psychedelic patterns. For those, go in the script here. A lot of this code kind of needs to be refactored, but I just have this that I end up calling later in the script somewhere up there. But basically, this gets called every frame that runs. There's just all these variables. These ones are just like extra formulas, but this one's actually what runs. I should probably comment those out. But yeah, so it draws over X and Y, which is basically the length and height of the screen. It kind of skips every other line, otherwise it lags too much. Basically, you have this temp variable, and inside there you do just like strange bit op math on whatever variables you're working with. So I have like a pitch variable, which is the number of the key that comes in, the MIDI key. There's also like a time timer. This adds one every time the real script runs. And then I think there's another counter that adds up somewhere in there. And basically what this does ends up controlling part of the control value. So I think it's hue, saturation, and then value. So this one's maxed, this one's almost maxed, and then the actual color itself just changes. It's not RGB, it's HSV. It's just kind of a different color system. It seems to work well for this kind of generative art thing. Then there's all these variables which kind of draws around the circle of fifths in there. Then this pattern is slightly different than the other. Yeah, this one actually doesn't run until they change to the flashcards. So these ones, the formulas are a little bit different. I think this one's a little bit more interesting, but there's like number of keys held gets and by a pitch. I think the caret's an or, maybe the pipe's an or. I think it's a zor, zored by T. Then there's the velocity value, how hard I press on the key affects it too. And then pitch plus X anded by Y, or pitch. And it's basically just doing weird math on ones and zeros. And sometimes it makes an interesting pattern that can basically change any value. In this case, I'm just changing the color value with it. It's kind of neat. There's a lot of stuff online about using that sort of formula in art and music. I think music, what do they call it? It's a really interesting concept. You can throw them into, you can use them as like any replacement on math in like something that needs a random value, which like random art works perfectly for it. And you just want something to change slightly related to some values. So you can see this pattern kind of makes like a fractal design. But yeah, this is my little program I made. Hopefully it helps with learning to read music better. I used to play bass and I could read music for bass, but that was quite a while ago. I'm just playing some overextended jazz chords here. I think usually 7th and 9ths what you use for jazz. And then you just kind of cut out certain parts of the chord. So like, I don't think you would play the root or the 5th, because like a bass in a jazz band would be covering that, and the 5th, it's kind of the same thing. It'd be covered by different instruments, so you're just playing tones over the top. So yeah, that's my thing. Thanks for watching.